Okay, this is the final turn of the demo, and we're going to make a lot of things happen, and we're going to fudge things to get there. Now, the first thing we're going to do is make sure that the purple gargoyle loses initiative. We already paid for Erendaw's spell casting to control the green gargoyle. So now that he's moved, this purple gargoyle is moving first. We're going to move him like this. He's going to shift. He's engaged. So he still has that option to shift, but he can't move away. It's just like if they were on the ground. And just like on the ground, the idea that the reason he's doing that is to make it so Erendaw can't get behind him now. You might be thinking, well, Erendaw can move 12 movement points this time, right? So he can easily get behind him. Well, he could, but he couldn't attack. He's still under the stipulation of moving up to half your movement and getting to attack. Now, that's something I didn't mention at the first turn because they dropped those boulders, right? Luckily, they were in range of half their movement to be able to do so. Okay, if they were just one hex further though, they wouldn't have been able to drop the boulders. But anyway, Erendaw is 2 hexes towards and 4 hexes under this purple gargoyle, so he just makes it. Any more he wouldn't have been able to attack. Okay, now this is them right here right now, right? This is what they look like. What happens if Erendaw was 1 hex below? That would probably still be engaged and be able to attack, I would think, right? So now that really comes down to, your level of how far you want to take this tactically. You're going to have to know your table. Now, mind you, they're fantasy trip players. A lot of the time, you're going to find a lot of people that are going to love that kind of style. Okay, but you got to know your table because this could get real complicated real soon if there was a lot of flyers and a lot of either thrown weapons or missile weapons. I mean, it gets a little nuts. Okay. But anyway, this is the first turn that Erendaw gets to attack. So we're going to assume that all the ranged things, Ezebrick, Zelbaton and Pander, they just all miss or they don't do anything, okay? Just so we can get to this. Now, all the gargoyles and Erendaw all have 11s, all right? So let's figure out what they get. Oh, and this one's shifted over here as well, okay? So the green gargoyle is going to get a +2, so it's got a 13 dexterity. Now, Erendaw is straight up to this guy, but he's actually going to get a -2 penalty because unless you're used to flight, okay, anybody using a flight spell is not used to attacking and moving in it, so he's going to get a -2. All right, so he's still going to get a -2. So let's go and see what happens on. So it's going to be 13 here, 11 here, and 9 here. So let's do it. 13 goes first, and a 13 is going to hit. So that's 2 dice. 2 dice, and let's see if he doesn't roll a 3 this time. Yes, this is. I didn't even have to fudge this. I wanted this to happen. So that's 11, and that's 8 points of damage. And so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, anything that happens, we all know what happens at 8 points, right? You take 8 points, you go prone. That happens in the air too. Yeah. So 8 points of damage. The purple gargoyle is going to go prone, which means he just starts falling as of right now. Okay, bam. Now, all right. Now here's what happens to the purple gargoyle. It starts dropping by 10 yards a turn. Okay, and that happens immediately, including this turn right here. Because normally when you go prone, you hit the ground, right? Well, there's no ground to stop you, so you go ahead and move. Okay, so that's 10 yards a turn, 30 feet a turn, 7 hexes a turn, what have you. Okay, I said it was 50 feet in the air, so now it's going to drop 30, and on the next movement phase, it's going to drop another 30. Of course, there's only 20 to go until it hits the ground, and we'll take care of that there. Now, technically, just like being prone, anybody that could attack it could get it a +4, just like in regular combat. The only difference here is Erendaw was up here. The purple gargoyle was up here. It goes prone. It drops 30 feet immediately, and Erendaw is just like, it doesn't get to attack. So basically, let's fast forward to the next turn. Just assume initiative and upkeep and all that. Let's just get to what we really want to talk about, and that is a purple gargoyle splatting on the ground, right? So now, normally, if the gargoyle was unconscious, it would be a no-brainer, no pun intended, I guess. It would just hit Splatsville, but because it is still kind of conscious, it just got knocked around a bit. It does get a 3dx save, and are you kidding me? Like I said, we're going to fudge things. A 3dx save, a 3dx save, a 3dx save. Thank you. And if they fail, they take damage of 1 die for every 5 yards they drop. In this case, that would be 3. And so we roll 3d6, and we roll 3d6. There we go. We got 12 points of damage. It takes three from the stone skin. I don't think falling that actually helps with that. I guess they said that about armor. I don't know how that would work with gargoyles. Bottom line is it's still going to take still going to be toast 12. Even -3 is going to take the rest of that 6 off there. So yeah, Splatsville on the ground there. There you go. Had to really fudge it to make that happen. Jeez whiz. It's like almost the universe did not want me to kill this purple gargoyle. So if you want to keep a purple gargoyle alive, I guess give him to me. Well, anyway, guys, that is the video for also mind control and flight in fight. All right, so I'll see you guys next video.